So this is my third video on the GFL. Probably won't be my last, but I'm kind of becoming more and more skeptical with the organization itself. Not much said about it. Pretty shady, a lot of weird fights. They seem official. A lot of people are subscribing and talking about it, but still, it seems weird. But recently, a fight was just made in the GFL between Dillon Danis and Tony Ferguson. So Tony, obviously it was mentioned before that he signed with the GFL, and now there's been a fight made between him and Dillon Danis. What can I say about Tony that I already haven't said? Nothing, really. Tony is washed. Tony is old. He's ancient. He has no power, no energy. He's old. He's outdated. And I don't say that from a place of hatred. Tony is a UFC legend. That means so much. He's done so much for the UFC. He's a legend, okay? He's well respected. Take that and retire. Do not cause further damage to your body for no reason at all. I don't know what Tony is using to hold on and keep fighting. I do not know. He's not going to beat Dillon Danis. Even if he's better than Dillon on the feet, Dillon is going to be able to bring the fight to the ground and submit him. I think Bobby Green fucking submitted him. If Bobby Green can submit Tony, Dillon Danis is going to submit Tony. There's no way around that. Dillon Danis is going to be able to submit Tony fairly easily. I don't know how many rounds this fight is, maybe 3. If it's 3 rounds, I'll probably, no matter what, if it's either 3 or 5, I'll give Tony 1 round before Dillon is able to secure some submission and submit Tony. Tony doesn't have the power anymore. Maybe the stamina is kind of still there, but it's the power, man. He's old. He's just too old for the sport anymore. He's too old. Okay, Dillon is going to be able to get him to the ground. He's going to be able to set up some submission. Maybe a rear naked, maybe an armbar. It's ultimately dealer's choice with Tony. It just saddens me to see this shit. And yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it out of morbid curiosity. I'm a Tony fan myself, and I know a lot of people will probably not believe that because of how much I've said about him, but I am. I'm saying all this shit because I care. I want to see a UFC legend retire, celebrate and honor an amazing career. But with loss after loss after loss after loss after loss, you're shitting on that entire career. Because those losses are added to your career. They're added to your legacy. So he's just pretty much shitting on his career. That's all it is. And you hate to see that happen because Tony had amazing fights. In his prime, he was dangerous. He was amazing. He's out of his prime. He's old as shit. And it kind of all started with that Justin Gaethje fight. And Justin probably knocked one too many screws loose in that fight to make Tony have this relentless drive for a win after being way too fucking old. Tony, choosing Dillon Danis out of anybody to fight Tony, bad decision. Danis is young. The age gap will show, and Danis will secure a submission. I would get it if they were able to get some other old ass fighter in the Octagon with Tony. That's the only way a GFL fight, including Tony Ferguson, makes sense. If you were to get some other old ass fighter in the Octagon with Tony, some old lightweight. I don't know, maybe Cowboy. Maybe try to get Cowboy Cerrone. I know Cowboy's still trying to get something working with the UFC, but still, try and get Cowboy or somebody, some old ass lightweight to meet Tony in the Octagon and fight, because Dillon Danis is going to maul Tony. And it's simply just because of the age gap. Tony has to stop this shit. It's no longer Tony time. Tony should have retired. When the UFC presented a perfect opportunity for Tony to retire, what did Tony do? He took one glove off and dropped it and kept the other one because he doesn't know if he can return yet. He doesn't know if, he still has what it takes to return. He obviously does not have what it takes anymore. He's old as fuck. He's 2,000 years old and he's still fighting. And you know what? I got to stop that, because there are fighters Tony's age that are still fighting and actually can still fight. It's just him. He's aged. He's aged bad. Father Time is crept up to him, okay? Him specifically. At his age, he cannot do it anymore. There are obviously people his age that can still do it. He is not one of them. His age is shown, okay? It's shown. The time has come. The tools have rusted, okay? I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, Tony has a fight in the GFL, an alleged fight in the GFL against Dillon Danis. If the fight is actually put on, it will be a hard watch. It will be a watch nonetheless. I will watch out of morbid curiosity. But again, Dillon Danis will maul him simply because of the age gap. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notifications on, because because YouTube is fucking with my views. So yeah, turn them notifications on. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next.